Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Sammer, along with my co-host, Poppy Latte and Steak. You're watching the Loose Cannon Super Bowl Blitz, Episode 5, presented by Red Cap Plumbing and Air, a Tampa-based company who takes pride in the reputation for timely service, professional results, and exceeding your expectations. They truly define #Tampa Proud. We are joined for the second part of our Fan Friday by Pewter Report's own Jon Ledyard. Jon, the Buccaneers are in the Super Bowl. You've come to Florida. We don't have to worry about the curse in Trevor Sikkema now. I mean, baby. Tell me the whirlwind of covering this team and having them get to the Super Bowl in a season like this at home.
It's been a great trade, by the way, Jon. I feel like the Rams, we definitely got the better end of the stick. You know, absolutely. Trevor can just go to Detroit and just, chill over there with the Panthers.
What's funny is I asked Trevor, I said, like, are you going to be – it was one of the first things I asked after the game was, like, are you going to be on Tampa Bay soil for this game, like, for the Super Bowl? Like, you coming home, be watching with family, something like that. And he said no. And so then that's when I put in my pick for sure Bucs are going to win. Yes. And I said it on the podcast. And I feel so great about it. I feel great about the pick. I do. I just stay in Carolina, Trevor. It's fine. And
I was going to call you out on that. I heard your podcast today, and it seemed like you were pushing, like, Trevor, what do you mean you're not coming? It's the Super Bowl. And I was like, don't. Well, actually,
he did win the last time. They did win the last time he was in Tampa Bay. It was the Minnesota game.
No,
they didn't play that well though.
No,
I don't want to take any.
Put in like a big bet with my bookie. As soon as he's like, I'm not coming. You're like,
exactly right.
Submit.
That's right. Trying to win that cheese.
I think Trevor left at halftime of that Vikings game, and that's what turned it all around.
He did.
Oh, did he? Well, he flew out at halftime. That's the story.
Yeah, flew out at halftime.
I paid for his ticket. I had a helicopter come by, grab him. Yeah, get this motherfucker out of my
So he doesn't even know what happened. He doesn't really remember.
The oil money is real. By the way, guys, I want to give a shout out to Locked On Bucs because this is our 5th episode in a row. Holy shit!
How the fuck they do it?
What the fuck, Mr. Harrison and Yarko?
John's right up there. John's right up there. Every time I pull up Twitter, he's live every single time.
This is true.
He's like he's like Tim the Tap Man, bro.
We did. Trevor and I did 5 Locked On NFL Draft 5 days a week for like almost 3 years, and it was, buddy. Let me tell you, it's a grind. It is. It gets. We don't do these episodes like as long as y'all do. I mean, we do for Pewter Report now, pretty much, but for Trevor and I, we wouldn't do hour-long episodes. Like, it was most of the time, it was like 30 minutes. But still, it's a lot.
I mean, audio is a little bit different than video. Video, I feel like it's a little bit more too. You gotta.
Oh yeah.
You gotta be centered.
Beautiful for the camera.
You gotta look. You gotta go to makeup. You gotta do all that stuff.
I don't have the makeup like y'all do, but.
So, Jon, you feel good about the game.
I feel great about
really
the game.
Good. Trevor's not going to be here. Elaborate on that.
First, let me ask, please don't clip any of these segments and post them on social media, because if they are out there, then Chiefs fans will find me if the Chiefs win the game and I'll get lambasted. So I just don't want but no, I feel confident about the game. No, I do. I feel good about the game. I picked Green Bay to win, and it was kind of like, I thought that was the one where I had like the most amount of questions, honestly. Coming off a win like the Saints, I thought, okay, maybe there's going to be some letdown for this team. The Packers just looked like they were rolling, playing at a really high level. And, I think they have MVP and Aaron Rodgers. And so, I thought the Bucs could win for sure. I said that many times, but that was the one that I really had the doubts. This one, I mean, obviously the Chiefs are unbelievable. I just think something's going on in Tampa, man. Like, there's something like they're peaking at the right time. That matters. I've always said that matters in sports. They're peaking at the right time. They're putting it together. They're playing with a ton of confidence right now. I think they're going to have learned. If they hadn't played him in the regular season, I don't know if I would have been so confident. But because they did, I think they're going to learn from that game like they did the Saints game. And I think that they're going to come out victorious. I mean, I think it's going to be a great game. I don't think they're going to blow them out or anything, but I feel good about it.
Jon, I've seen several articles saying that the loss of your 2 starting offensive tackles and the depth on the offensive line for Kansas City, it doesn't matter because of Patrick Mahomes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
you agree with that?
I don't know if it doesn't matter at all, but it matters less for him than any other quarterback in the league, in my opinion. It's not because he's gonna like just bail out and run for 1,000,000 yards. He could certainly run it. There's no question. But what's insane about Patrick Mahomes is that he doesn't even really need that great of protection because he can backpedal out the back of the pocket like right after the snap, and he can still throw with accuracy and pace off his back foot. There's really not many quarterbacks. I mean, even guys who've had strong arms, Cam Newton could do that, but he never was accurate enough to do it consistently. So you didn't fear that. I mean, he certainly made a play or two in those situations before, but I don't remember a guy who could throw it as accurately to moving targets from his back foot while getting out of the back of the pocket. To me, that's a really unique trait. The other unique trait, you can when's the last time you saw Mahomes get like blown up? Like you don't hit him. You know what I mean? He can ward off a hit, and while he's being pulled down, again, he can throw with accuracy, pace, weird arm angles. He needs like no space around his feet. So yeah, it's really tough to beat him. It's really tough because even if you do everything right defensively, there were a couple times that happened really for the Bucs in the last game, he can still make you pay. So he's probably the toughest player in the league to beat right now.
Last time he got hit, really, if you go back to the Bucs matchup with them, they got a few good licks on him. They were getting to him at one point through that game.
Yeah.
Right. Whether it made a difference or not, I think we got a fumble off of them. We prevented them in a goal to go situation at one point.
Yep.
But the Chiefs haven't really faced a guy like Vita Vea. You know, you can talk to me about how great he is, you know, backpedaling and throwing out of the back, but you've got JPP and Shaq coming at you, and your interior linemen have been moved to, you know, make up for the loss of your left tackle.
Right.
And now you've got guys that are not in position, you know, their natural position playing in front of him, and you got Vita Vea. So how much of that will be something that the Chiefs haven't really faced, and especially Mahomes? He's not really seen a guy like that.
Yeah, I agree. They've obviously played some good D tackles, but the interesting thing about the Bucs is, like you said, they can bring it from not only those three guys, but the pressure as well. Like they can, make things really uncomfortable with quick pressure up the middle. I know they've gotten away from it the last couple weeks. I think the Devin White A-gap blitzes are coming back this week. I'm not saying they're going to happen like 15 times in the game, but I think you're going to see them happen at some point during the game at a couple crucial moments. I think you're going to see, he's not going to send like 7, but I think he could send 5 a few times or drop one of those D tackles out and send White instead. So, one of the key things is that Andy Reid schemes around offensive line deficiencies really well. Like the Chiefs, they've had a good offensive line. Fisher's a good left tackle. Mitchell Schwartz, one of the best right tackles in the league. But obviously those guys aren't playing and aren't healthy. And, when they're healthy, I think those guys have been difference makers for them. But they've kind of done it with bodies on the inside. They haven't had elite players on the inside, and they've still gotten by. Part of the reason, I think, is really because of the scheme. I mean, there's so much play action. It slows up the reads of the opposing defensive linemen. There's a lot of first down throwing, so you're not going to see as many blitzes on first down. So, again, it helps keep things cleaner and simpler for the offensive line. There's a lot of schemed throws in this offense. There's a lot of RPOs. So you're just literally reading one player based on what they do. You're letting the back have it, or you're throwing it. That you don't really have to. You're never going to see sacks on those kind of plays. You know what I mean? You might not see huge gains all the time, but I think that's one of the things that is so helpful to Kansas City. And we talked about Mahomes and how it's hard to sack him in general, but I also think the scheme helps them stay out of those situations too. So they're probably the best team in the NFL. They're the best suited team in the NFL to go without a great offensive line for a game. But if the Bucs offense can keep it close and put the Chiefs in pass obvious situations, that's when you can't do RPOs and you can't do as much play action, and you can't protect those offensive linemen as much as you normally would. So this is going to sound weird, guys, but one of the best things the Bucs can do to stop Patrick Mahomes is play great offense, because if the game isn't close, then you're not putting the Chiefs in uncomfortable situations or putting them in situations where they have to become predictable. And the Chiefs are probably the most unpredictable team in the league in terms of play calling. So getting them in situations where they have to be a little bit more predictable is really the first step towards success as a defense.
You're an X's and O's guy, John. When you're facing a guy like Mahomes, what is the best plan of action as a defense? Is it zones? Is it playing man-to-man? Is it cover 2? What is it that he struggles with? Because we've heard so much that he doesn't really know how to read a defense yet, and he's still accomplished all he's accomplished.
Who said that?
I think he said it.
Oh, that's from early on. Yeah, he was being humble, I think.
so I mean, it's still a part of it. Like, is it like you can't play zone against a guy like, Drew Brees? He picks you apart. Is Mahomes, like, what is the way to beating this guy? Like, what is his kryptonite, if there is any?
I don't think there definitely isn't one. I mean, there isn't like a plan, you know what I mean? Like this is how you do it. Like there's no blueprint. There are certain things that have success. I think it's more about the weapons, how do you attack the weapons? I think more than anything, but I'm sure the Bucs are going to double Tyreek Hill a lot and do as much of the opposite of what they did last time as they can. And then I think that, being physical with Travis Kelce, line of scrimmage, not letting him get into routes clean, slowing things up, getting pressure with 4. We're saying some things that are obvious for every quarterback, and you want to do to stop every offense, but those are critical things. I think, you want to be able to do those things. If you are relying on the blitz all day to stop Mahomes, you're probably going to have a bad day. Like, it's just not really a sustainable way to live. I mean, you can dial it up once or twice and maybe it gets home and get a good result from it. You got to make him count when you do it. But if you do it all day, he's going to destroy you. I mean, he's the best quarterback in the league, I think, this year against the blitz. So, and a lot of that scheme too, some of it is him being able to just do things from crazy angles, but a lot of it is scheme too. I mean, the scheme gives them a lot of answers to pressure, something the Bucs had to really work at and find this year in their offense. Andy Reid has been terrific at that. So I think that there's no blueprint for sure. So I think, to me, it's more about how do you slow down the weapons? Is there a blueprint for Tyreek Hill? Is there a blueprint for Travis Kelce? I don't think I wouldn't say there's a shut them down type of methodology. Like with Michael Thomas, I really thought Carlton Davis was going to shut him down. Like Thomas is clearly not healthy. I've watched him every single year of his career. Like this, he just looked so labored. But B, I just think Carlton Davis knows how to play guys like that really well. Whereas the Chiefs, there's not really like a guy, I don't think, that you can match up with Tyreek Hill and shut him down every time, because he's so quick off the line of scrimmage too. It's not like you can press him and get physical with him. He's very strong. He's kind of Antonio Brown like in his build. People think Brown, he's 5'10" or whatever. Like, he's not going to be a great outside receiver, but he's always been pretty much better outside than inside, just because he's so good at beating press coverage. And I think it's similar with Hill. And then Hill has that game-breaking speed too, and better contested catch ability than people think down the field. So I think that you have to basically designate resources to stopping a guy like Tyreek Hill. Where Travis Kelce, I think you're going to designate resources, but at the end of the day, if you have to pick some guy that you want to be you, I mean, you'd rather be Kelce than Hill, because if it's Hill, it's going to be 17-0 in the first quarter, and you can't really survive that, I don't think, very often. And so, I mean, I'm not saying you just let Travis Kelce do whatever. There may be instances, if you can get the Chiefs into 3rd and long, absolutely double them both. I mean, they doubled them both in those situations in the second half of the last game at times. And so, I think those are some of the keys of what they can do. But again, there's probably not a tried and true formula. I'm actually curious what you guys think. This is my big idea for this game. So you probably heard me talk about the bleach package before, the defensive package and alignment, where I want Whitehead to play linebacker and Devin White to play on the D line with Vea when he's healthy, and with JPP and with Shaq Barrett. How about this idea? Bucs haven't done much 3 safety look this season. How about a nickel defense that has 2 corners on the field, Mike Edwards and Jordan Whitehead high, and then you've got Antoine Winfield moving around, playing in the box, playing in the slot, matching up with Travis Kelce a little bit. You've got your defensive line. I know they don't want to take one of those linebackers off the field. God forbid we take one off the field. Keep them on the field. You still can stop the run a little bit, but instead of 3 corners of nickel, you got 3 safeties. Use Antoine Winfield's versatility, match him up a little man coverage with Kelce. Just throwing stuff out there. It's a tough offense to beat. You got to be creative.
I mean, when they drafted him, Bruce Arians said Buda Baker / Tyrann Mathieu, which is a Army knife. I mean, fucking use him that way then. I'm down with it. I like it. Look at the Cardinals and look at the Chiefs. They use 3 safeties in part because they have versatile guys like
and
that.
Bowles has done that in the past. He's used more than 3 safeties on occasion.
With the Jets, he did. I mean, it hasn't really been a big thing with. I think I saw the other day the Bucs have like 8 snaps in dime defense all season long. You would think that would be where another safety would come in, but
that's where I was going to ask you. How often have they done it? It feels like if you're going to pull something out, you should have a little bit. Yeah, but I want them to have
an extra week. With an extra week,
extra week, and this is where you pull out of the stops. There's no risk and no biscuit, baby. No, don't
have a backup. Better have a backup plan if those guys fuck up on something like that. I feel like
when they added Deion Buchanan last year, and we were thinking he was going to have that kind of role in this defense. Obviously, never.
The problem with Deion Buchanan, though, is that he's always been bad at football. So it's kind of like, okay, like they hoped, but.
So what you're trying to say is.
I'm trying to say he sucks.
Listen. The Falcons later in the season, the Falcons played the Chiefs really, really well on defense. Like they held them like I haven't seen that offense be held ever since Mahomes, elevated himself to this unbelievable talent that we see
I asked Seth Kaiser was on our show, The Athletic, who covers the Chiefs. He was on our show yesterday at the Pewter Report podcast, and I asked him, what was the key? Like, has there been any keys, to beating them? And he was like, well, I mean, I think that their ability to get pressure with 4, but also Atlanta wasn't really great at getting pressure with 4. And it really seemed like to me, the Chiefs kind of missed plays in that game more than Atlanta took them out of everything. I mean, I think what they do really well is they got away from single high coverages and put 2 deep safeties back there. And so I think the Chiefs, they haven't been as explosive down the field. I know Bucs fans are going to say, well, last time I saw them, they looked pretty explosive down the field.
That one time.
But overall, the course of the season, they haven't been as much of a big play team because everybody's kind of like, okay, we're going to stop the pass first, take away the big play. Well, the Chiefs have just killed them short to intermediate in the pass game. That's the one people can't solve, that part of the Chiefs, offense. And so that's where it's become difficult for them. Teams like the Bills were like, we literally don't care. Make them run the ball every down. Like, we're going to play off. We're going to give them light boxes. And the Chiefs ran it a bunch, and they won that game. Obviously, I think they won more than anything because the Bills' offense struggled so much. I'm talking about the game back in the regular season, not necessarily in the playoffs. It was a little bit different then. But the Bills' kind of strategy was like, all right, we're going to let them run the ball, and we're going to hope our offense can match their offense. If they are going to run the ball way more than normal, that's probably better for us, in the end. So we're going to give them good box counts and rather than getting beat by the pass that quickly. And it was an interesting strategy. Like I said, the Bills offense didn't play very well. I wonder if it's something, the Bucs, again, this is something that the Bucs are going to have to really be at a crossroads with, guys. And this might be the game, honestly, what they decide to do. They love to stop the run first and go from there. We've heard Arians say it, Bulls say it. That's what we do. We stop the run and we build our defense from there every single game. Well, if that's your game plan against the Chiefs, like, you just straight up weren't watching this season. And that's what it seemed like their game plan was last time they played them. They played single high safety. They had put a safety in the box. They were gearing up. Okay, Chiefs are going to go 12 personnel, or, they're going to bring a guy. We're going to line up to stop the run. Like, no, you got to get out of there and trust the guys that you have. Trust your 6 up front to take care of business in those packages. Keep 2 safeties deep. Take away those big plays. Cut crossers in the offense. I just think you have to do those kinds of things or you're going to be in trouble, because the Chiefs, they'll run it and they'll probably run it efficiently enough. But if you let them attack a single high free safety for the vast majority of the game, you're probably going to get a repeat of that first half.
Maybe they did that because they didn't have Vita, though. Maybe they did that because they didn't have Vita. Now they do, and they can just stop the run with those front 4.
I hope you're right.
Are we not the perfect team to do that, though?
Yeah.
Perfect team to do it. Yes, because they're great at stopping the run anyway.
With the personnel we have, like JPP's great against the run. Shaq Barrett may not set the edge great, but he's pretty good at stopping the run as well. Vita Vea, Sue, Devin White, Levante. I mean, we're kind of like the perfect team to do this.
Agreed. Yep, I completely agree. And that's why I'm saying it's so important that the Bucs trust this has been the best run defense in the NFL for 2 straight seasons. We can ask these guys to gap and a half, somebody to 2 gap, if it's Vea, and take away an extra gap if they try to out gap us up front. Eventually, if they do that, the Chiefs will say, all right, we're going to do this and try to run the ball, and Bucs are going to have to battle through it. Jordan Whitehead is so quick to trigger and get in that box. I mean, if there's a run, if he reads run, that I think it's okay to play him from depth. He's going to come up and make those plays. Yeah, you might give up 4 or 5 yards or 6 yards instead of 2 or 3, but I still think, again, it's with the Chiefs, you have to understand you're picking your poison. You are not shutting the Chiefs down. With the Saints, you could shut them down. Like, you really could. Like, Breeze, there's a whole area of the field that's off limits. With the Chiefs, it's not that way. And so you really have to be realistic. I don't think the Bucs were realistic last time they played the Chiefs about what Kansas City could do to them. And I think they paid the price for it early on. I think this time they're going to go in more realistic, and it's a big reason why I think they're going to win the game.
John,
why not have the same game plan we had last week for Green Bay? What can Aaron Rodgers?
I thought you meant for Week 12.
Outside
of the first quarter.
Yeah, but it's essentially similar. Obviously, they don't have a Tyreek Hill type burner, but why not continue to utilize the press at times and have your 2 deep over top and try to force them into making mistakes.
Well, I think in the second half of that game, they went to a lot of 2-man coverages, and it was interesting because the Bucs hadn't really played 2-man all season. In fact, I'm pretty sure they were like one of the bottom 3 or 4 teams in terms of cover 2 man. So you got 2 deep safeties and man coverage underneath with everybody. It just wasn't something that they'd done very often during the season. And then what they did was they would let, so if a crosser or drag route came across the field, they would cut it with the safety that side. That's what, or if somebody leaks out in the flat, they'd trigger the safety in that way. And so you saw it on Jordan Whitehead's forced fumble. And so I think that it was interesting because even when the Packers went to some man beaters, which is typically what we want to do against press coverage, I felt like the Bucs played it pretty well. I do think there were some throws out there that Rodgers didn't make. Maybe Mahomes makes them. I don't know if you can press every play against Kansas City in their offense, but I do think you should do a lot of the things that you did against the Packers. Yeah, I don't think that you deviate from largely from what you did against the Saints or the Packers, but I don't think you can press every snap. I mean, again, you saw last time we played the Bucs played the Chiefs, they honestly pressed a decent amount in that game, and they got roasted, by Tyreek Hill because of it. You almost have to give him space and try to mirror him and turn with him and open your hips with him, and then know you have help underneath. So you're playing more in a trail position, so you're not as stressed. Like if you're on an island and you're playing off of him, you've got to open your hips early or his speed's going to be straight by you. So when you have some help, you can wait for him to start getting by you. Then you can turn around and play in a trail position. You've got him capped over the top. That puts a lot less stress on the corner. They can read the 3 and 5 step game now, and they can say, okay, if he starts to break down, I'm biting, because if he's going on a double move, I got help at least, in case I'm beat that way. So it allows you to play him a little bit better. But again, you cannot do that unless you have another person on him. If you don't, you almost have to surrender, and you're playing off, you almost have to surrender those underneath catches and stuff. And so that's where it becomes a little bit tricky to figure out how are we going to play coverage wise, because there are advantages of pressing him if you can get your hands on him, but even Carlton had a good rep when he was in the slot, and he doesn't even play in the slot. He's 55 snaps in the slot this season. He had a good rep against Tyreek Hill in the slot, and Hill just kind of shook him a little bit. And Davis honestly recovered really well. He was right with him. And then it's just speed. You just can't match it. And it's an over route, and Mahomes lays in a perfect ball, and it's not a big window. I mean, Carlton didn't play bad. That's the biggest national misperception, is that Carlton Davis played bad. He had maybe 1 or 2 bad plays. He was in position on 3 of their other plays, and it was just throws that most quarterbacks don't even make. We never even see it. We never talk about it. We never know the play, the route was even there, or what it looked like. It just never gets discussed. Mahomes made them. Hill went up and made the catches. I mean, there was a cover 2 hole shot down the left sideline that most quarterbacks they just pass it. It's just not there. And then he just lays it up, and yeah.
Well, our secondary has been getting a lot more handsy since the Saints game, and I'm all for it. I mean, let the refs call it, but they've been getting real physical with the opposing receivers. I hope they get physical with Tyreek. I
hope so too. I hope it's possible to get physical.
Yeah,
it's just hard to get hands on them. It's just, man, that's what DC's run up against.
John,
yeah,
Andy Reid's a brilliant mind, right? You know that. Going back to the Philly days. Kansas City, can he help himself in the sense that if we play the defense like you're saying we should, he should run the ball, but can he help himself? Is he going to be patient, just run it? I've never seen Andy Reid do that, even from Philly. It's been slinging it around the yard. It kind of reminds me, sorry guys, lots of Madden this week, or excuse me, 6th episode, and I play Madden, so fuck off. People don't get patient in Madden, right? They get very impatient. You start slinging it around because that's what's fun.
Yeah.
Is he going to feed right into our hands? Because if we play the way we're supposed to, how long before he says, fuck it, I'm just going to rip it. I'm going to let it loose because I'm tired of this. I don't want to run and get 3 yards a pop or 4 yards a pop.
Yeah, I mean, he might say that pretty early on. It's something he said before. Defenses have, again, we're going to set up, take away the pass. I'm going to throw it on you anyway. I don't care. They're capable of doing that. So it's just playing averages. You put yourself in the position to make a play when you best can make a play. But again, that's something they're fully capable of doing. They have answers to everything in that offense. That's why when you say blueprint, I haven't seen it. Maybe there's one out there. Maybe somebody has an idea out there that hasn't been put into motion yet. And, I just haven't caught up with it. But, to me, I think that what makes them so dangerous offensively is that their ability to adapt to whatever you're throwing at them is remarkable. I mean, they can literally be down 24-0 or whatever, and adapt and dominate. Like adapt and win more reps. Everybody does that. Adapt, the Bucs did that last time, right? After the first quarter against Kansas City, adapted, won more reps as the game went on, closed the gap, played well, but perfectly in the middle of a game, adapting like that. Chiefs do it all the time. I mean, they literally did it in 3 playoff games in a row and on the way, and including the Super Bowl. They has adapted mid-games, shifted gears, dominated. So yeah, it's incredibly tough to do. I think the one thing with Andy Reid that you hope he mismanages part of the game. That's it. And I know he's gotten better at that lately. You still see things sometimes in the red area where you're like, like if he falls in love with something dumb in the red area, maybe they kick a field goal instead of a touchdown. And, but I think that's you hope something like that happens. He's got so much more margin for error now than he used to in his old teams, where it was like everybody would, Alex Smith, everybody would be like, when it was Alex Smith's team, they were like, oh my gosh, Andy Reid just cost him the game. But Patrick Mahomes puts 3 touchdowns on the board before you have to worry about that. So it changes things a little bit.
Well, it's funny. We talked so much about
that. I was going to say the Bucs in that Philadelphia NFC Championship game did the same thing. They forced Andy Reid to be patient, played cover 2. And eventually, when the Bucs started rolling on their side of the ball, he couldn't help himself. And but you talk about the blueprint. I asked you that question earlier. The Raiders played them really well 2 times this season. I don't know if it's because it's familiarity or being in the same division, whatever it was. They played really well, and their tight end had a really good day both times. The Bucs have more than capable tight ends, even with OJ not playing. But I'm totally shifting back over the defense. You've been critical at times of Devin White in coverage. He's been leaps and bounds better as the season has progressed since he's come back from that COVID bye week that he was given. He's been insane. Like, what do we need from Devin for this game to win? And what the fuck has gotten into him since he's come back?
I think this is what I've always said about players like Devin White. It's that, like, you can be very critical of what they are and be incredibly optimistic about what they can be still. Like, there's no reason to paint with such a broad brush that we don't give them the ability to grow too. Like, you can recognize Devin White's costing the team right now in these situations and in these matchups, especially against certain opponents. And so you can recognize all that and read about it and be honest about it. And then people in the comments, yeah, I know he's a bust. We should have taken so-and-so. I'm like, where did you read that in the article? Like, I never said, like, I don't think he's a bust at all. I just think he's not there yet. And we need to be realistic about where he's at. It's part of game planning and things like that. And so, yeah, it cost him a lot in the regular season. But honestly, it was after the bye, things started to change a little bit. But the Detroit game was a really good step in the right direction. Man, he was dynamite in that game. I felt like he just made plays everywhere. It was absolutely crazy. Then he missed, I think it was the next 2, right? Atlanta week 17 and then Washington game. And then he came back in the Saints game, was unbelievable. Packers game, nobody talked about him, but he was unbelievable in that game as well. I thought he was also great the first time I played the Packers. So not a huge surprise to me that he played well again in that situation. But I think he's a difference maker because of his splash play ability. I mean, this is going to sound cliche or really obvious, I guess, but you probably can't win on defense if you don't make splash plays against the Chiefs. Like, it's just hard to do. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say get lucky, because you can create those turnovers as a defense for sure, but you just need guys who are playmakers. I mean, you really do. He can do it. Sacks. We've seen him around the football. His speed just brings you to the ball all the time. He's always around the ball. And when you're going to get fumble recoveries, when that happens, when he has the ball in his hands, good things happen. He's a superb athlete, extremely physical. He can literally get them, off run backs. We saw it against the Saints. Like, run backs are huge. The fact that Sean Murphy-Bunting didn't get tackled right away by Michael Thomas is like bigger than him catching the ball, in my opinion. Like, those guys fought for yardage every single time they had the ball, and the offense did not have a good day. And we barely talked about it after, because the defense put him in position to score 4 times. And so I think that those kinds of things, as little as they are, and as much as we might not like write about those specific things, I think they really matter. Like, you want the ball in somebody like Devin White's hands if you get a turnover, because he's not going down without a fight. And so all those things will matter against the Chiefs. Every opportunity you get to get closer to the end zone will matter. Touchdown. You look at the Packers, 3 turnovers, right, in a row. How many of those were right there, though? How many of those set them up for a score? None. Like, they were all, it was all deep shots down to the other end of the field. And so they weren't in prime position. There weren't returns or anything like that on those turnovers. They weren't in prime position to score. They scored off one of them, right? But it made a huge difference that there wasn't those kind of run backs. So Devin White gives you that. Honestly, a couple guys have given them that this year. It's been pretty cool to see, especially in the playoffs. And so he is a special type of player if he continues to grow in terms of his processing and ability to play smart football, fundamentally sound football. Really, for him, the key is not playing hero ball. I think he's going to be unbelievable. I think he's going to be one of the best linebackers in the league, and his ceiling certainly as high as anyone. I mean, his natural traits, athleticism, just range, speed, burst. I mean, all those things are the best in the league already to me. It's just about developing the rest.
His speed is just different, man.
Like completely different.
Like when you see him recognize and just pull the trigger, it's like everybody else is moving. They're playing a different fucking sport. Yep. It's just different.
Somebody said, I thought it was a great tweet. I forget who said it, but they were like, how in the world did somebody convince this dude to play defense? Like, crazy that they did, because he did play running back for a while, and he just is an unbelievable athlete.
Did Vita Vea.
That's right. Another one who I believe is an unbelievable. And Perez and I got this going. I mean, we've got a little bit on the line here, but because I got more on the line because I'm going to be in the press box, but we're streaking. Vita Vea scores.
We're going streaking through the quad, bro, into the gymnasium. By the way, thanks joining us. So is Sammer.
Oh, wow. There's no if.
Sammer's going bareback on the camel.
It is my bold prediction. Vita Vea will catch a passing touchdown in the Super Bowl. He's going to catch a touchdown in the Super Bowl. There's no if.
You can find that prop bet in Vegas. Take it right now.
It's happening. I'm telling you.
So you think he's going to catch one? You don't think he's going to run one?
Only because only because I don't know how much you want to trust a guy who's not adept to holding the ball all the time to carry it in a big game like this. At any moment could be pulled out.
But no biscuit. He's a running back.
It's just more. It's just more of a trick play, more disguised to it. Him coming out of the backfield or coming off as an extra tight end who's pronounced himself eligible, and him just sneaking out and catch. I just feel like that's a better call than just straight up handing it to him from the fullback position. Which I get.
My question is
score like that too.
My question is, he's going to be fully lathered head to toe in Beck's baby oil. So if that's the case,
obviously,
is he going to be able to catch the ball, or is he going to fumble it if he has it and he's running it?
See, what you don't understand,
or is he going to keep it wrapped up and everybody's going to slide right off him because he's got back?
So all of the above is the answer. Okay, so what happens is Beck's baby oil has molecular build that, of course, is trademarked, patented. Can't really tell you how it works, but in key moments and scenarios, if applied to your hands, it actually will help you grip. Just like stick 'em.
It's back label stuff. See, it's right there. That's all I can give you. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. So if he were to catch it, the Becks would actually help him. If he was carrying the ball, anyone who's trying to tackle that man. I mean, you saw it against the Packers. They couldn't even block the guy with an entire offensive line. He was just slipping and sliding through everyone. It was ridiculous. He almost got a sack on one of the plays that somehow Aaron Rodgers got out and threw a dime.
That's because as much as I love Vita Vea, he can't turn. He's a battleship.
Well, I mean, look at him. How can you blame the guy?
No.
He'll beat me. He'll beat me in a 40. I guarantee it.
All of us
a straight line, bro.
Speaking of he beat us in a 40.
Is he the Packers center is no slouch, right? Is he the best nose tackle in the league?
Yes.
Nose tackle? Yeah, I think so. I mean, pure nose tackle, it's Kenny Clark or him probably. Clark was a little banged up this season. Obviously, Vea was too. But when Vea was out there, I think Clark played through some stuff, I think, this year. But Clark is more athletic, in my opinion, and not in terms of running a straight line, but like in terms of being able to move around people, literally just turn angles and things like that. But Vea, I've not seen power like Vea's in the NFL.
Who's Tennessee's nose tackle?
I think you're probably thinking of Jeffrey Simmons. He's a good player too.
Oh,
he plays the 32.
Second year guy, right?
Speaking of 40s, though, who are you putting your money on? Is it the Cheetah or wide receiver 1, Scotty Miller?
It's wide receiver 1.
We know our
answers, dude. Speed, bro. Track speed.
I'm asking the guest here because we know what we're
hold on. You got to give him context too.
What do you want me to say?
Listen.
He
Cheetah.
He knows the context.
Hold on. No. Cheetah. Joystick wise, change of direction.
Yeah, 3 cone. Yeah,
I'm talking 40. Straight line.
Well, what were their combine times, John?
Cheetah wasn't at the combine, but so we don't have as official a time for him. But there's rumors that he ran 4.18. I mean, on a laser, I think.
What?
But he's the fastest dude I've ever seen. So in the NFL. So
I just turtled up really quick because Scotty Miller was 4.26 supposedly, but
Scotty was fat. Did Scotty? He wasn't at the combine either.
No,
but
Scotty. Yeah, but Scotty ran at a school that didn't have laser technology. He had a small school, you know.
So it could have been worse, could have been better.
Could have been way better. No, way better. I mean, he was at the, you know, they were doing an old school, you know, guy with a stop. I mean, come on.
Like Mayock there with a fucking
yeah, that's not fucking accurate. And he's
depends on the trigger.
What's the accent you see?
Well, what if he was quicker on the trigger finger though?
Yeah.
So Scotty's pro day, NFL Draft Scout, which is like the official pro day, has the official like pro day numbers that the teams got. 4.36. That's what's going.
I'm not asking you to give me the fucking numbers. I'm telling you to give me the gut.
Look,
what you see on film is different than the numbers. You know that.
I'm just telling you. There ain't nobody in the league faster than Tyreek Hill.
No. What does the tape say? When a straight line
tape says Tyreek Hill's the fastest human to ever play in the NFL.
Scooter, straight line, he's winning every time.
I mean, Scooter's he's definitely one of the fastest players in the league. I honestly wasn't sure before going into the season, but he's definitely one of the fastest players in the league.
Yep, but and he hasn't torn a hamstring yet. They're like ridiculous, man.
Whoa! Why the fuck would you say that?
Because of the Becs, bro. He's fine.
Oh,
Becs.
Okay.
Becs.
Oh, does he use Becs?
He uses absolutely. Stank actually applies it pre-game for him.
He does.
Listen, I got in with Robert Guerrero early on in the season. Me and Rob had a meeting. He's an intern. It's been applied to everybody.
He's an intern.
I actually really would love to see Tyreek Hill and Scotty Miller race. Obviously not.
I thought you were going in a totally different direction there. I thought you were going to say something about Stank giving Tyreek a rundown.
No, definitely not. No interest there.
I was like, that's weird.
Different show, John. That's a different show.
So weird.
But I want to see them race, right? Like,
yeah, hell yeah.
I want to see that race. But you know what?
Back in the day, they used to have, you know, like fucking Darryl Green burned everybody forever, and they just don't do that anymore.
Yeah. So Tyreek Hill at his pro day ran 4.29. It says on NFL Draft.
We didn't finish.
Our wide receiver one is a better human being. So fuck you.
Oh, that is 100% true. And by the way, I completely understand people who are neutral in the situation saying like, oh, like you know, I don't want Antonio Brown to get a ring. Like, completely get it. I mean, I was a Steelers guy growing like. No, I don't have any hard feelings about the Steelers stuff, but like the personal stuff with him off the field, all the question marks there. I totally get anybody who doesn't want to root for him, but like. You realize Tyreek Hill and Frank Clark on the other sideline. Like, I don't understand. Like, is Antonio Brown just what's happened lately? Like, Tyreek Hill was guilty. Like, the dude, like, it drives me nuts. I mean,
I saw you tweet about that. You're like, if that's the bar, then Frank Clark, Tyreek. Hello.
Yeah. First of all, don't decide what team you're cheering on based off one dude. Like,
Ray Lewis is like a god in the NFL. Okay,
he killed somebody.
Guy fucking killed the dude.
That's somebody.
What the fuck? Like. And I love when people I think it was who was it we had on the show that said he's very violent. He plays with Ray Lewis type violence, and he wants to murder you when he's on the field. It was one of our guests. One of the 55 shows we've done this week.
That's the thing though. People like get on Twitter and they're when something happens like the Tyreek Hill stuff, and they're like, F this dude, he's never playing, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm never going to root for him, all this stuff. Then, like, they do it because everybody else is doing it, not because they actually care. And then as soon as, like, some time's passed, it's like, oh, Tyreek Hill, he's amazing. Like, I love that guy. Like, and I'm just like, dude, like, keep it real. Like,
speaking of amazing.
The internet.
Hey, but whoa, before you say that, did John, because I know you covered him, right? Did Tom Brady, like, is he the GOAT of GOATs? Did he fix Antonio Brown? Because he's getting like 3 targets. You don't hear him complain. He's like the team guy now. Hasn't shit. Like, did he fix AB? Like the TB12 method works. That deep? What the fuck?
Well, actually, here's the funny thing. There's like I've noticed this season that people kind of have the loose. Like Antonio Brown, like honestly, he didn't have many problems like on the field for Pittsburgh. Like. He never said anything in the media weird. Like, I mean, he was always very weird to the media, but he never said like anything to the media that was like out of line or like shouldn't have said or anything like that. He puts on the facade really well, like when he's in front of people. And so I don't think he's going to say anything necessarily like where like, it kind of ignites things. But, I don't think he really ever I don't know that he ever cared about, oh, I'm not getting my targets or I'm not getting my catches. Like, I think he got frustrated when they didn't do well at times for sure. I don't think it was ever, to me, everything that happened with Antonio Brown in Pittsburgh has to do with up here. Like, I don't think it had anything to do with on the field situation. Like, Mike Tomlin and him were great for forever. When Antonio Brown's personal life started falling apart and he had all that stuff going on at home and everything, that's when everything started unraveling, like, it more so than ever before. He'd always been like immature in some ways and done some silly things. But it was that when that started happening, that's when things started coming on untethered. And so I don't know what's going on. I don't think it's Tom Brady or TB12, but I hope that the guy, hope everybody has changed and grown, honestly. But, do I have any indication that that's the case based on listening? I've been around people. I've had to be a person, who's come to grips with things that I've done in places I've been in the past and ways that I thought. And I know what that process looks like a lot of time when I've seen it happen with other people. And I just don't think that's happened with him. I think that he considers himself a victim. He considers himself, so he got screwed and things like that. And I just don't think that's the case. I think he's in the process of getting what he deserves for what he may or may not have done. Some of the things he definitely did. And I think this is part of that process, obviously. And so I wish he would own up to that and become a voice for those things in a positive way. We'll see if that ever happens. For now, he hasn't done anything since he's been on the Bucs. So let's hope that continues.
That's all that matters.
10 more days.
Speaking of unbelievable, go.
Speaking of amazing, last night's Fan Friday episode that we recorded was amazing with the voicemails. We didn't get to finish them, so let's go ahead and finish what I'm assuming will be even more amazing voicemails.
Okay. We're coming in hot right now, John. First one right off. First one is heat.
Oh, wait.
Hey, Loose Cannon.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to say the injury report just dropped. I didn't know if you wanted to.
Wait, let's see it. Let's hear it.
Yes.
Go.
Cameron Brate and Antonio Brown are questionable. That's it.
And Whitehead's not on there?
Brate did not practice today after being limited yesterday.
Oh, shit.
But Whitehead is not on the injury report?
No, he's not listed. He was a full participant today in practice. Winfield was a full participant today in practice.
And if you guys watch the live show, or if you guys watch the Carmen Vitale show, you'll know because she dropped it on her show, breaking news that Whitehead was going to play.
You did? Unofficially.
Yep. Cameron Brate will be fine. They're playing little mind games.
Cameron Brate is huge, but you know what?
Tanner Watkins questionable for the Chiefs.
Tanner Hudson, fucking Mr. August. Let's go. Tanner fucking Hudson.
Sorry.
No?
No, just let Gronk block and let's see more Scooter out there. It's all good. We got weapons, bro. We got weapons.
Got to eat him up with the tight ends and the seams, bro. What the fuck are you talking about? Sound crazy.
Got weapons for days.
All right, we're bringing the heat on the first one. Are you ready for this, John?
I'm ready.
I mean, really important people call this show, bro.
Hey, Loose Cannons. It's Dean Jensen. For me, dry wings, always. Blue cheese, nah. I'd rather eat them without anything at all. Super Bowl being important to me and our
What just happened?
family, kind of obvious. Ryan's first Super Bowl. Super proud of him, and looking forward to this game and to this experience. Go Bucs!
Hell
Players' families call the show.
Damn, a call that
And last night we had Dave Chappelle call the show. I mean,
hey man.
Dean's voice just somehow just calmed my whole soul.
I was gonna say it's soothing.
Very, I don't know. I feel even more confident now than I did before the show, and I was pretty fucking confident.
Dean
sounds like a guy that knows how to handle some barbecue
meats.
He knows how to handle his meat. Dean, when you watch this, I'd love for you to send us a "fuck the Saints," but with your soothing, calm voice, because that'd be the best thing to send to anyone I know who's a fucking stupid Saints fan.
Yeah, and I already predicted your son's going to be the MVP, the first center to ever win Super Bowl MVP.
Wow, that is a bold
prediction. Those red locks, they're flowy, beautiful.
Can you imagine him, that mane on stage?
Amazing.
So awesome.
Finish off the season taking more fucking souls.
God, yes. By the way, I don't know if you saw it. You saw it, John. Yeah, Pewter Report's going to donate. You saw our billboard we're putting up in New Orleans when we win?
Oh, yes, I did see that, yeah. I just saw a tweet about it.
It'd be amazing.
It's made its way through New Orleans Saints Twitter now, and they are all freaking out.
Fuck, bro, they're so sour.
They are really sour.
One idiot sent a thing. Thanks for all the money you're going to give my city. Like, bitch, the media company gets the money, not the fucking city. What are you talking about? One guy's like, I'm going to burn it. I'm like, cool, man. I'll put up I'll pay for it again and again
Enjoy prison.
and again.
Yeah.
Like,
we'll
I bathe in crude oil, motherfuckers. Burn the fucking billboard down. See what happens.
Oil money.
And it'll just make it even more of a national story.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Saints fans think the roster's coming back still.
And if it happens, I will call it a hate crime because I'm brown. It's in New Orleans. I mean, I got this. Next voice.
By the way, play this next voice real quick. But Stank, you're right. If Jameis Winston goes to the highest bidder and says "fuck you, Saints," he's welcome back into the family of trust.
I will.
My circle again, Jameis.
Yeah.
I'll put up a signed jersey.
All right, guys. I'm definitely not bandwagon. I'm definitely a Patriots, Brady's fan, but I've had some deep ties to the Bucs. Mike Allstott and Tom Brady are my two top favorite players of all time. I just got to say, I love what you guys have done this year. I was super happy to hear that he was going to Tampa, and I hope you guys bring this damn thing home. Got to thank Stank for not getting that ass for so long. You know, we appreciate your sacrifice. You guys not eating cheese, just everything, you know. But I hope you guys win it, and I hope you guys keep winning it. And as a Patriots fan, I will go back to my mock drafts early this year. But it's worth it. Good luck, you guys.
Yeah, we know all about that, don't we? Mock drafts.
Yeah, you calling in, sir.
We Patriots fan.
That, man. We just had a Patriots fan call in, John. Wish us well. He's not just some bandwagon guy that just got on. He said, I know about the, Stank not having sex with his wife for a year. I know about that. Thank you, Stank.
By the way, shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out.
I'm just days, hours away, bro.
There is no way I believe that you've actually followed through on this, but
no, we've had
we check in
weekly
every day. Check in.
How do you check in?
What does that even mean, bro? What does that even mean?
Yeah, like how do you check in?
We have hired a private gynecologist.
Next phone call, please.
It's time.
Next call.
You know what you're getting into when you come on here, John. You know this.
Oh yeah. Well, I signed up.
And then it's Zach from West Virginia. Boys, it's the fucking Super Bowl. The fucking Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I was 25 the last time the Bucs went to the Super Bowl, and just felt like they were just going to keep going. Right, that team was dominant, and I just felt like I would have that feeling again and again and again, and instead was a kick in the balls. And we suffered 18 years of mediocrity. A lot of promise, not a lot of profit. So you young Buck fans that are out there, marinate in this moment. Relish in it, because you never know what's going to happen as far as being a fan and getting back to this place and enjoying this feeling. So that being said, Super Bowl time, Super Bowl season, you know how we do it. Andy Reid, Chef Boyardee, Apollo Creed. Or Patrick Mahomes, Garden Gnomes, Pauly Shore in a biodome. Don't fucking matter. Bucks by 30.
A 30.
Fucking go.
So good.
Pauly Shore in a biodome.
So good.
Garden Gnomes. What the fuck?
By the way, that last Bucs Super Bowl is probably, I know it's under discussed because whatever, Bucs nationally aren't this big market team that's won every year or whatever, but what an unreal run. Like, when they scored defense like 6 times in the play, something ridiculous. 5 times. I mean,
no,
5 in the Super Bowl alone.
That's what
in this 3 in the Super Bowl, right? But then it was 5 in the whole playoffs, right? Or 5 or 6 in the whole playoffs.
John, that's what the Bucs do in the Super Bowl, bro. So we're gonna have the exact same thing happen. We're just gonna be chilling, no stress. Defense is gonna destroy this team.
Glad you brought that up, Stank. I'm glad you brought that up because yes, John. Just so you know, I know you just got here, but when the Bucs go to the Super Bowl, that's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
We get
with the ball, defense scores touchdowns.
House,
dude, that year, Derek Brooks won Defensive Player of the Year, and I think he set a record for defensive touchdowns by one player in one season. I think he had four pick sixes at one point, or 4 times to the end zone. 5 times, okay, dude. I remember the first 3 or 4 weeks he had one in each of the first 4 weeks. The Ravens
lateral to him.
Yeah.
The Ravens one where he just kept running to the fucking tunnel. I was like, I'm not coming back. Fuck
dude,
you.
We won that Ravens game without scoring a single touchdown on offense, and we ended up going home with like a 17-3 win. We didn't score any offensive touchdowns.
I mean, they literally were like, their defense was so far beyond every offense in the league. It was wild to watch.
We were the people that stopped Vic easily.
Still pisses me off. They don't get credit. It's always the Bears, and it's like, hello, or the Ravens 2000 defense. It's like, bro, the 2002 defense was fucking stupid.
Oh my god.
It doesn't help. We got dumbass Warren Sapp going on a fucking podcast 2 weeks before the Super Bowl talking about how the Ravens defense was better than the Bucs defense of 2002. Like, dude, shut the fuck up. What?
Hey, Hey, Warren, maybe you need some eye surgery. You know what I'm saying?
How's Warren saying that? What? Like, that doesn't even make sense to me.
We got Dwight Smith losing his fucking marbles on
Dwight
fucking
Smith,
radio.
he's going to be on our show tomorrow.
I can't wait.
I told Scott, I was like, if you don't, because Scott's probably going to be on air with him, but I said to Scott, I was like, you better grill him. Like, I mean, you better come at him for what he say. If you want to keep him on the show, keep him on the show. But like, we got to have to. We got some things to address, And I think Scott was like, oh, I'm gonna. So it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
We should make him the Loose Cannons spokesperson.
Warren Sapp also does not like the hand model Vita Vea. He calls him hand model.
Oh, I know he doesn't like me.
You see the impact. Come on, Warren. Stop fucking hating.
Doesn't matter. We're not friends with Warren anymore. Fuck that guy.
That's right. Didn't he block you or something?
Yeah. Fuck him.
That's hilarious.
Sammer offered to send him.
Sammer to go fuck himself.
Like, go fuck yourself.
Listen,
you asked him something super nice. Like,
listen, I'm no.
And then he tweeted DM Stank and he's like, "Your boy's a bitch."
Yeah.
Listen, I'm no stranger to being told to go fuck myself. I mean, it happens at least once a week. All right,
sure.
It's very normal. But this was a moment it was unwarranted, like at all.
Yeah, like
whatever.
It was
fuck
so
that guy.
you were being nice, but anyway, that defense was so good though.
Go fuck yourself.
He didn't spell it out. Like, that's even more disrespectful. Like, I couldn't even get all the whole sentence in there. You fucking GF.
John, elaborate. That defense was unreal. It was.
No, I just think I can't believe. I don't know. You guys have probably talked about it. I just can't believe Ronnie Barber's not in the Hall of Fame. Maybe it happened Sunday and that'd be a good omen. But
we know why. We know why he's not.
Why? Tell me.
Ira and beet salads, baby. Get your boss to fucking go pitch it for him. I guarantee he'll get in.
Oh,
Aaron Bright's just a jag.
I mean,
his bits. How's he?
You don't gotta. Yeah, I know what you. I know what you're talking about.
Like, I'm out.
He can't say anything.
Next.
Joe Vikings fan.
Tyler, you may know me as the guy who drew a Tom Brady jersey on his shirt. I just want to say, I know very, very little about professional football. I'm more of a college fan. Go Knights. But I just want to say I am rooting for the Bucs in Orlando this weekend. I hope we get Tom Brady's ring.
His rings? One more ring?
Seventh ring?
Yeah, let me get a little bit of a backstory. I told this kid to call. He drew.
Sounded like somebody made him.
He's never had a Bucs shirt or jersey before, so he drew his own, and I thought it was real cool. So I tweeted it, and I was like, dude, we'll send you, some Bucs stuff, some loose cannon stuff, and I asked him to call in. So that's what that was. I appreciate you calling in, bro.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah.
New Bucs fan, it sounds like.
Doesn't that remind you of Sammer forcing his brother to call in and praise him?
I didn't do that. I didn't do that, though.
My brother called in, and he's like, my brother, Sammer's my brother. He's so great. He's amazing. I was like, wait, this sounds fucking
No, actually, what he said was, I really agree a lot with everything Sammer said so far and everything he's going to say after I hang up. He's right on anything he ever says in general.
The fact that you know the script just proves
it was a script,
bro.
Yeah.
Exactly what he said. What the fuck?
His makeup is flawless.
Yeah. Your other brother was way better, bro.
Way better.
They're both. Yeah. No, stop. Next.
Lose cat.
You can't say next. I'm the one holding the controls, bitch.
Next, please.
Next.
Tell him.
Bitch.
Next, please.
Bitch.
Your boy Berto from Orlando.
Okay.
I like my wings wet, extra wet, with some fucking blue cheese.
Yes.
Smart man.
Super Bowl weekend, baby. This Super Bowl means so much to me because I like to see that boy TB12 get another ring. This Tampa Bay franchise that's been suffering for years to win and to win at home to make history. Ain't nobody could talk shit after this victory, baby. We gonna win this one. I got faith in them boys. This is a whole completely different team than everyone thought at the beginning, mid of the season. We gonna take it all the way, baby. We gonna make them respect our name. People ain't gonna be talking about Kansas City no more. They're gonna be talking about Tampa Bay. Tampa, let's fucking go, baby. Let's win on Sunday. Let's get it. I think we're going to win no less than 6 points. That's how confident I am in these guys.
Bold.
Let's fucking go.
It's really bold. Sammer's up to what, 65-10? 65-10? Is it?
Yeah, he said 65-3 yesterday, I think it was.
Yeah.
72-3. 72-3.
Speaking of 72, he mentioned something, we have a chance to win the Super Bowl in our own stadium. That we kind of do weird shit here in Florida, right? The Dolphins are the only team to go undefeated and win a Super Bowl. Hopefully we have that kind of same story we can tell. Like, we're the only team that's ever fucking won the Super Bowl in your own stadium. Maybe it's a Florida thing.
So is this team going to toast every year at the end of the year to get together and like, oh yeah, fuck you, you didn't make it, host city.
You right, you didn't.
What? You won a Super Bowl outside of your home stadium? Pish posh.
It's terrible.
I mean, if the Bucs win this game, you all have to have obviously fire tweets lined up. Obviously, you will, but I need to submit one and whoever takes it can take it. But the fan base, you're probably going to try and piss off every fan base, would be my guess, if the Bucs win it, which is a great goal. But you have to focus on the worst and the biggest fan bases, which obviously the Dallas Cowboys are one of those. So it's easy pickings, right? Because Dallas has sucked in the playoffs, hasn't made a Super Bowl in forever. So you've got to do a last, 25 years, Bucs 2 Super Bowl championships, Cowboys 0, type of stuff. Really get them going, because they will they will respond, but they will have nothing to say, and they don't have anything to say. I mean, they're literally in the worst division in football, and they're not even good in that division. So yeah, I just think you can concentrate a lot of firepower around. Obviously, there'll be the Saints. It goes without saying.
The Saints have to be. I mean, it's already started with the Saints as yesterday. They're like, we dominated you for 11 years. And
for what? What'd you get out of it?
For what?
They call us what do you say? Oh, you're a budget franchise. They have 10 Super Bowl rings. Bitch, we have the same amount of Super Bowl rings as you do.
You dominated us for how many years? And it has amounted to nothing. Literally nothing. Invisible.
They got one ring out of it.
Invisible banners for some NFC South championship thing that means absolutely fucking nothing.
Yeah, and Dwight Smith told me the only reason y'all won that Super Bowl was because Katrina and the NFL felt bad. That's what Dwight texted me the other day.
If I've ever felt that there was a Super Bowl set up by the league, it would be that one. No joke. I swear to God. That is the right after Katrina, the fucking story against Peyton fucking get the fuck out of here.
John, you have to ask Dwight that tomorrow.
Yes.
About that game specifically.
That game specifically.
I'll try to remember.
He's got inside track on the setup. So I just want him to tell us if that was that one is 100% set up. Drew Brees won one Super Bowl because Katrina happened and the NFL said, you know what? These guys deserve it. Fuck that.
Here we go. This is the last voicemail. I don't know who it is. We don't listen to these before, John. It's just live.
All right.
Well, it better be fucking good, whoever this is.
Better be.
Get hyped. Get hyped. This is it. This is it. Guys, this is Lewis in warm Southern California. As you guys know, wettest, sauciest, meatiest wings, blue cheese for life.
Absolutely.
No fucking ranch.
None.
No cake barbecue shit. No Muppets. No ketchup. As I watch these idiots and these morons on these stupid idiot networks, nothing more would make them happy than to see Brady and the Bucs fall like the Roman Empire. That's what they want for me. That's what they want for you. And that's what they want for all the true Bucs fans out there. If I can speak to the players, besides death and taxes, nothing in life at all is guaranteed. But this game this Sunday, you will be guaranteed something. You will be given 60 minutes. 60 minutes in front of the world, 60 minutes to Bucs immortality. You have 60 minutes to make an opportunity with that time that will be given to you. And like one of my all-time favorite film characters, Rocky, said, how much can you take to keep moving forward? So I ask you, how much are you willing to take and to sacrifice to keep moving forward for this team? Because that's what makes a champion. You must come to the realization this season is at the finish line. There's no tomorrows. There's no second chances. This is it. This is it. Immortality is laid in front of you. Right now, you're at the checkout stand. After everything this year and the amount of pain and agony you must have put your mind and your bodies through, this is it. You have 60 minutes. And even after everything you have done so far, there is still a huge price to be paid. It will be paid with blood, with sweat, with tears, effort, and will. If you want to be a champion, this is the price. Now I ask you, who is all in and who wants out? Are all your chips pushed to the center? Do not be afraid. You must not be fearful, and you must not lose to your own fear. Make it your strength. Make it your ally. Do not fear success.
He cut himself off. I don't know.
It went too far.
Oh man, someday we all need to catch a high like that.
Yeah, it just stopped. I mean, he's in SoCal. So.
Yeah, exactly. That was a good speech, man. And I think every fan right now feels like he feels, and hopefully, this team doesn't need any additional motivation. So,
Stank, is that a dryer you have on in your office? You have like a dryer going on there? Dry cycle?
No, I have a window shaker, bro.
People don't know he records in the back of a laundromat.
It's true.
Yep. John, did we get a score prediction from you, man?
No, we didn't.
Let's get a score prediction, and let's get an MVP for this game.
MVP Chris Godwin, score prediction 33-30. Ryan Suckup walk-off field goal with no time left.
Wow.
If Ryan Suckup hits a walk-off, John,
we'll have him on the show.
And then he tweets after the game.
We're doubling down. It's not just Vita Vea. If Ryan Suckup hits a walk-off, we're streaking too, bro. Fuck that shit. A walk-off with no time left? What the we're jumping in my
I won't be that impressed. I mean, whatever.
Yeah,
I'm going to be in the press box, dude. So, like, my career's on the line. I'll do it if Vea scores. I'll do it, but
you're gonna start streaking from the press box, is what?
If Vea scores a touchdown, yeah.
Once it happens, don't even wait till the end of the game. Just immediately start doing it.
Oh yeah, once it happens. No, well, end of the game, people will be confused. Like, why are you running around naked?
Why is he streaking out?
They lost. If they lost, it'd be like, why you do? Vea scored. Right.
I mean, I'm going to be chased by those cops on horses. I'll be completely nude on my 2-hump camel. It's going to be ridiculous. They're not going to be able to catch me because everyone knows, if you've ever watched camel race, camels are faster than horses. They have a different type of gallop, and they have longer strides. Wow. It's like, it's like Tyreek trying to run after Calvin Johnson. They're both fast, but I'll put my money on Calvin Johnson because those strides matter. Dude, the strides matter. The strides matter. I'm telling you.
Strides matter. Watch week 12. Do you watch week 12, man?
No, I don't remember. I think the Bucs had a bye week 12 and 13. First team that's ever had 2 in a row.
I remember quarters 2 and 4. I don't remember the first quarter happening at all.
They were limping going to that game. Let's be honest. The Rams put it on them. The fucking Saints put it on them. They were just trying to get to that fucking bye week. They didn't come out in the first fucking quarter.
They honestly did some good things against the Chiefs. If they could have not had total meltdowns against pressure, they didn't know what they were doing against pressure in the first quarter. But
they've improved on that though, right? They know their hot reads a little better now. Mike Evans.
They improved some things. Yeah, I think
we didn't even talk about our offense at all.
Well, the Bucs haven't really had that type of, they haven't dealt with anything like that. I mean, they've dealt with teams that have tried to pressure them. Atlanta, the first half, week 15, had some success. Again, they didn't have all the answers to pressure they wanted, but then every other game, every other half, quarter, whatever, they've had answers to pressure pretty consistently. And if you win with 4 once in a while, everybody does that, but blitzes, hasn't been something that's really bothered them and given them issues. Yeah, I think that they've solved, I wrote about it, an article over at PeterReport.com went up yesterday about how the answers to pressure that they need to have in this game. But I think the fact that they found a screen game, I remember the Chiefs game, they were loading it up. They were blitzing. They were dropping guys out. They didn't have the screen game going. But then, Vikings game, but especially the Atlanta game, week 15, Detroit, week 16, week 17. I mean, it was screens, wide receiver screens, running back screens. They finally got a successful running back screen at the end of the season. We've seen a couple now. We saw the Scotty Miller ghost motion, and they throw it out to Gronk for the screen at the end of the Packers game. And so they've got answers to pressure in their repertoire that I don't think they had in week 12. And I think that makes a big difference.
I mean, what helps them with that is once defenses start seeing that you're doing that, they start to think twice about bringing that pressure because now it bites them and then it opens up everything for Tom because if I'm going to pick one person or one unit as an MVP in the playoffs, it's the fucking offensive line. They've been ridiculous the entire playoffs. They've been key in every single game, and they're going to be key on Sunday on the way to a 72-3 victory by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I like it. It's solid.
My bold prediction, I don't know how bold this is, but I think Devin White comes away with 15-plus tackles, 1 turnover, 3 sacks.
3 touchdowns.
It's not like he hasn't done it before. I mean, 15 tackles is normal for him.
Yeah.
And the Saints game, he had an interception. I think he had a sack. I mean, he has incredible.
Especially if we force them to throw underneath quite a bit. He should be very fucking busy. And you know what? That's what we've been doing, man. These corners, these safeties, these linebackers have been forcing turnovers. So make them catch the ball, make them run with it, go in there with bad intentions and pop that ball out and, get us our 5 turnovers this game.
Also, guys, we need your score predictions.
Closing. Oh, my score. I thought we're not going to do that on the live show. Okay. I'll give mine right now, but Stank, I just want to let you know, since they're not firing the cannons, John, I stopped the Galaxy fireworks right down the street from Stank's house. And I bought a shit ton of mortars.
Good.
So
that's good.
It's going to fucking rain at my house every time they score.
Wait. How close do you live to the stadium?
Not close at all.
I live 3 minutes from the stadium.
It's all good.
Give some to Stank.
John, during the NFC Championship, Snake's coming to my house. We're going to socially distance on my pool deck and watch it on a 120-inch screen. Flex.
We're going to share all of our meats.
I'm going to be fucking riding your ass like a fucking
amazing.
Panda.
John, it's okay, though, because I'm going to fire the fireworks. My neighbors don't care because NFC Championship. Wait, did you just say ride me like a panda? Wait.
As I'm doing this with meats in our mouths, he's talking about riding like a
we're going to be socially distancing, and I don't want to lie to the fucking people here. I'm gonna be attached to you like a bear.
Every time we scored the NFC Championship, I went outside. I lost my voice, screaming like a maniac. And you know what? Like Scott said the other day, everyone was screaming in my neighborhood. It was fucking crazy.
Awesome.
So
not in Sarasota where I live. I was the only maniac running down the street with my kid, screaming.
That makes sense
because everybody in your neighborhood's in bed by 4:30, bro.
I was gonna say
exactly. You live in Sarasota, bro. That's fucking.
You know what he did?
Evan's waiting room.
You know what he did, Stank? He, because he's got oil money. He lived in a 65 and over. He moved into a 65 and over community. Paid him off. Like
the thing is, I didn't
buy this house in my mom's name.
We ran like 40, 50 yards, but we still didn't get to the gate at the end of the estate, right? So I don't know how many of the people actually heard us, but
the estate. All right, my score prediction is. Did you say 34-31, John?
I said 33-30. I think
I'm gonna go 34-31.
That was Scott's prediction, I think.
Yep, exactly. And Carmen's, by the way.
I'm gonna go 34-31, and I'm not going with a walk-off. But however, old school said Levante had his moment. You said suck up. I'm going with my guy, God motherfucking Zilla. 13 has that Gronk moment against the Rams in the Super Bowl. 13 has that moment, but he scores. He scores to seal it, get us over the top, and it's fucking amazing.
That'd be perfect,
awesome,
dude. MVP Devin White or Scotty Miller.
Stank.
Yeah, everybody's being really, really fucking scared right now. Like, I don't think this is going to be a close game. I think we continue to score in the 40s. So I'm going to go ahead and say 44-25 Bucs.
44-25. All right,
44-25.
44-25.
Mm-hmm. And my MVP will be Ant-Man. I think a guy coming off of, he missed last game. He's gonna be chomping at the bit. I think Ant-Man scores at least once, gets 2 picks. Oh, look at that.
It's too cute. Stop.
Listen, I said 72-10 or 3 or 2. What did I say? 72-2? 75-2? Okay, my actual score prediction. Then I'm dead serious right now.
Hold on, John. You gotta get her to say go Bucs for us.
Correct.
She's not Spanish, so she's allowed on camera.
Oh, no Spanish children.
Correct.
Say go Bucs. Can you yell go Bucs?
I heard it.
Go Bucs.
Yes. I like it.
All right, go play. I'll be out in a minute. Okay.
The actual score prediction I will give for this game: 41-28.
Wait, that wasn't your real prediction? 75?
No.
It's actually, I really think 41-28. The Bucs add a extra cherry on top with a late pick for a touchdown, courtesy of Carlton Davis.
Ooh. Yep. That'd be so fucking beautiful. Vindicated.
Yep, we end the redemption tour in style. We put away all the demons.
MVP, and close it out.
I was serious. Devin White. I think Devin White's going to be the MVP.
I would love Carlton Davis to win MVP. I said that on the. I just think he got torn apart, and you should see Chiefs Twitter. I'm sure y'all have seen, but they're just eating Carlton Davis alive, and so I'd love to see him get.
Amazing. I like it, man.
Really drop the mic on everyone. Fuck you, Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, they've done it all postseason. They have taken every ounce of motivation. It's like they were just following the TB12 playoff diet. It's awesome, dude. John, thanks so much for hanging out, man. I know we went over the time you wanted, but it was awesome.
No, you're good.
Fun. Thanks for coming to the state, replacing the curse in Trevor. Can't wait to see you out there streaking nude with all of us after we win this game, after Vita Vea scores touchdowns and Suck Up kicks field goals, even though I hate him. I freaking love it, man.
Stupid kicker.
John, you're not a ranch guy, right? Like
Trevor's I'm not a ranch or blue cheese guy. I'm a just eat your wings guy.
Yeah, you're purist. Yeah. That's cool. I respect that.
Let's eat a W to end this podcast.
What?
I can't do that.
I'm saving my W.
Go Bucs.